What's going on, my ninjas? As you can see, this review is super late. I've had a very busy day. But JB is not the one to bitch about anime. You guys know this. But in my opinion, just in my opinion, this episode did not do the manga justice. Now, before I start this mini rant, let me say that I did not dislike this episode in any way. The content was epic. It's just the execution and the animation was a little bit like the face at the end that Naruto made when he said, "Hey, I am about to take that fucking mask off of your face." That is just so symbolic. It was very symbolic in the manga. It still is, but in the manga, Naruto's face was just so serious, and it's like a face that we've never seen him make before. And I mean, that was every reviewer's thumbnail, that fucking face at the end. It was just so hype. It was so epic. But in this episode, he almost looked like a Neanderthal. I mean, really, what's going on? And then that scene when Naruto and Sasuke finally hit Obito and cut open his side and got the chakra out, it went from Naruto's face to Obito's face to Naruto's face like at least 6 times. I mean, come on. I know it's supposed to be, dramatic and shit, but we really don't need to see Naruto's face and Obito's face close up that many times. So there are many more nitpicks that I could make in this episode. Personally, I believe that the animation that was done in this episode should be done in an episode that has nothing but dialogue. That would be perfect. But there was just so much action going on, scene transitions, colors, and jutsus flying everywhere. So many characters on the screen at one time. This episode should have been animated in like an action-packed way, like the Kakashi versus Obito fight, like the Madara when he first wrecked the fucking alliance, something like that, like more smooth and fluid, because this animation gives us mainly still shots. But like I said, I did not dislike this episode anyway. It's just the animation seemed a bit stiff for an episode that's just so epic. Like, the content is supposed to make you feel like, oh shit, look at this shit, it's about to go down. Naruto and Sasuke are going in, everybody has a fucking Rasengan, Naruto's passing that shit out like candy. But it did not hit me how I thought it would. Now anyway, now that we got all that bullshit out the way, Obito in the Hokage outfit looked fucking hilarious. That hat looked so big on him. His head looked like a shrunken head, but I get what Kishimoto was trying to portray with that. Obito is having regrets. He basically is thinking that, hey, if after Ren died, if I had went back to the village instead of going back to Madara, this could have happened. I could have, been a great benefit to the village. I could have even become Hokage. And I can actually imagine Obito becoming Hokage because his Sharingan powers are already OP. I mean, that Kamui shit. And if Obito and Kakashi had have grown up together with their Sharingan and trained together and used their Kamui to help each other out in battle, they would be fucking unstoppable. So Obito would have been the big boss in Konoha. I mean, there's no doubt he would have risen to Hokage status. But I really like how when Naruto saw inside of Obito's thoughts and he starts to see what he went through, he actually started to cry for this guy. Naruto is such a pure-hearted boy. I mean, just the fact that he's actually feeling bad and feeling sorrow for someone who's caused so much pain in such little time. I mean, he's the reason that his father and mother weren't there for him in the very first episode, and he just killed Neji, basically, and a lot more comrades, nameless people on the battlefield, and Naruto is actually still willing to talk to this guy, as seen at the end of this episode. I mean, Naruto truly is the savior of the ninja world. He can solve anything by talking. And it's obvious, it's completely obvious that Obito is falling victim. He's going to fall victim to Talk no Jutsu. I mean, it's the most all-powerful jutsu there is. But like I said, aside from some animation hiccups, everything in this episode was awesome. I really enjoyed that epic scene when Naruto and Sasuke popped up in the diamond on the forehead of that Kyuubi Susanoo. It was epic, man, and I cannot wait till the next game comes out. I don't know why, but every epic move or every epic technique that I see a Naruto character use, my first thought is, I hope this shit is in the next game. And I've said it in the manga before, and I'll say it again. That sword, that DNA strand looking sword that Obito pulled out, saying that this is the power of the Sage of Six Paths. It is the very sword he used to create the world. I think that's a little far-fetched because that shit snapped in like a second, and he sure didn't create any worlds with that. I mean, it's just so disappointing to see him talk up this sword like that. And, you know, kind of spoilers, by the way, but I'm pretty sure most of you don't give a damn. We never see that sword again, ever. I mean, the manga is about to end in 2 chapters, and we never, ever see that DNA strand looking sword again. So for him to talk it up like it's the biggest dick shit on earth, and then for it to be snapped and never used again, why is that even included in this show, period? So Kakashi finds out that he can see through Obito's eye. Now, I can kind of understand that in a weird way, although I don't understand how it can work in cross dimensions, I guess because the eyes connect to the dimensions in the first place. But how in the flying fuck does an eye allow Kakashi to hear what Obito is saying? But by far, the best part in this episode has to be 1010 Biju mode. I mean, come on. Can that be a separate character in the next game? I will play as her every single game. As much shit as I've talked about this episode, I cannot get mad because this episode gave Killer B some lines. I mean, when's the last time we've even heard a word from this guy? But tell me what you guys thought about this episode. This has been jbDAuchiha. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.